Hello everyone and welcome to Fletcher Farms Amarillo. I'm Julie Fletcher. I apologize for not getting a video out sooner, but things have been so busy here around the farm with all the animals and Thanksgiving and getting ready for the holidays. It's been a little bit crazy and hectic around here, but things are going well. Last week I was down, well this week actually, I was down at HF&C picking up our pallet of Alpha Pro for the month and was completely blown away by the generosity of somebody that gifted us 60 bags of Alpha Pro. The person did not want to give Susan their contact information or name, so there was no way that I would be able to let that go without saying thank you. So to the person that sent us 60 bags of Alpha Pro, thank you so much for your support. You have absolutely no idea how much that means to us. And I'm going to try to get through this without the tears. But we truly, truly appreciate your generosity and can't thank you enough for your help and your support, and actually to all our subscribers as well. Thank you to everybody that has helped us this year and followed along with our story and our channel and supporting us with goat milk soap and sending us gifts of Alpha Pro. We just truly appreciate your support and cannot thank you enough. Your generosity is just overwhelming, and Corey and I truly, truly appreciate all your support.
This time I didn't have to unload the Alpha Pro by hand. Corey helped me with the tractor. And thank you again to everybody. Corey and I are truly grateful for all of your support.
What else has been happening here around the farm? So Thanksgiving, we had a really good Thanksgiving. Corey had to work, but I went over to Kara and Jake's for Thanksgiving dinner, which was a great time.
I made stuffing to bring over to Kara and Jake's. I think stuffing is better when you make bread from scratch, so this was my before bread and after. This was the turkey that Jake made for Thanksgiving dinner on the smoker, and these were all the fixings. And then there's always dessert. Kara made these delicious pumpkin cookies. Jake's mom made her famous shortbread cookies, and of course, there was apple pie. Kara's apple pie was made from scratch. She cut the apples and cored them and saved the skins for the chickens. And this was the chickens enjoying the apple skins.
So Jake's parents were in town visiting for Thanksgiving as well, so they came over on Friday afternoon for dinner and came to see the animals in the farm.
This is Jake and Kara with Jake's parents, Carolyn and Mike. They're the sweetest people, and we always do enjoy seeing them when they come to town to visit. We decided to make chicken fettuccine alfredo for dinner, and last time I made pasta, I guess I got some stuck, so this was Kara cleaning out my pasta maker. And this was us finishing up dinner.
And Kara and I actually had time to work with the horses, and what I mean by that is I've been working with them to try to get Freya and Charlie a little bit more comfortable with people riding them. We're in the process of trying to get a therapy program set up for these horses and have people come out to the farm that have PTSD or other disabilities like that. We just want to have these horses become therapy horses and get them into a therapy program. So Kara was over here helping me with that. This was some of what we did while she was here.
This is Kara getting on Charlie. I have no problems riding Charlie, but what I really want to use him for is a lead line horse, so that he needs to be able to follow somebody on a halter and a lead. So we're just getting him used to walking around with someone on his back, and he's actually doing really well.
Good boy, Char.
Feels weird, doesn't it? They take such long strides.
Good boy.
Come on. Jack's like, what are you guys doing? Come on, Char. Come on, bud. Char, come on. Oh, good boy. Come on, buddy. Come on.
Good boy. Come on.
This is Freya. Freya, on the other hand, is a champ when it comes to a lead line horse. She likes the halter. Charlie absolutely hates a halter, but she did phenomenal with Kara on her back. So this was Kara riding Freya. This is what I want to be able to do with the horses in a therapy program. Just have them walk with a rider, not do anything strenuous, and not pull anything. So this is my goal for the horses and what I want to accomplish with them for the therapy program. Kara and Freya did so well together, and now Kara and Freya are best friends.
So this is Freya. We had Freya to the vet a couple weeks ago because she was having some diarrhea issues. We didn't know what was really going on after we started feeding them a round bale of hay, and wanted to make sure that everything was okay with Freya. So we took her down to the vet's office, and while we were waiting for Dr. Wagner to finish up her other appointment, this was a little video clip I caught of her talking with the other horses in the parking lot. But Freya's vet visit went well. Her blood work was fine, and then by the time we actually went down to the vet's office, her diarrhea had stopped. It was starting to be solid again, so we don't know if it was just an upset stomach because of the round bale of hay that they started eating, or what she had going on, or if she just ate something else out in the pasture that just didn't agree with her, or what the situation was. But we got her down to the vet's office. While she was there, we also did some blood work, and Dr. Wagner gave her a good checkup. She's got a clean bill of health, but we did learn something while we were there, and that since our horses are older horses that have problems with their teeth, we thought that they could just have a round bale of hay and they would be fine. What Dr. Wagner told us was that our horses, with their age and their teeth, that we shouldn't be feeding them a round bale of hay all the time, because that's just a lot of hay. Hi, Sophie. That's just a lot of hay for them to be eating all the time. So that was what she kind of thought was contributing to them laying around and just kind of being more lethargic and not walking as much as they should be. So Dr. Wagner suggested that we feed them just one square bale per day. Some horses do really well with a round bale, but some horses don't. And our horses obviously were having some issues with the round bale, and it was just too much feed. So they were laying around a lot more and not walking like they should be. So Dr. Wagner suggested that we just give them one square bale per day. I didn't know that our horses should only be eating 2 pounds of feed per body weight per day. So that was a lot of food that we were feeding them. They were going through about a round bale in about 4 to 5 days. So that was a lot of food for them to be eating, and that was way too much. So we stopped feeding them the round bales and we went to the square bales, and they seem to be doing a lot better.
Another concern Dr. Wagner had with them eating a round bale is that they would become overweight. So that was another reason why we decided to change to just the square bale of hay for them.
Yes, what are you doing? So that's what we learned too. Dr. Wagner also suggested that we start adding some additional probiotics to their feed. So we're going to be starting to give them a scoop of, it's called Full Bucket. It's probiotics and prebiotics to help their gut and just help them digest that hay a little bit more. And since they are just eating the square bale in the morning, they are going out in the afternoon out into the pasture. They're all kind of standing around here now because it's almost dinner time. So
also contributing to their 2 pounds of feed per day per their body weight, all the horses get fed Alpha Pro, which are alfalfa pellets soaked in water, and they're made into a mash, and they get that for breakfast and dinner. Charlie, on the other hand, gets to eat that 3 times per day since he can't eat hay. He gets breakfast, lunch, and dinner and eats 30 pounds per day. Anna also eats 30 pounds of Alpha Pro per day, and she also gets all the hay that she wants unlimited because we are still trying to get some weight put on her. But everyone enjoys their Alpha Pro, and breakfast and lunch and dinner are very important times around here. And all the horses do have access to the pasture area where they can eat grass whenever they want.
We always learn something new when we go down to see Dr. Wagner, and that was what we learned this time. So that's a little update on Freya. Charlie, on the other hand, is my little handful. He's right over here. Mr. Charlie. So there was a subscriber that told me that they had seen a video of another horse or animal trying to get the grazing muzzle off another horse. I'm going to have to put my foot in my mouth and say that I had never seen that, but after what I saw this week, this is what happened.
It took me a minute to realize what was actually happening in this little scenario here. Jack, the donkey, was trying to get Charlie's muzzle off. And the subscriber that told me that they saw this in another video, well, it actually did happen, and I believe this is how Charlie was getting out of his grazing muzzle when he would come in the morning without it. I think he had an accomplice, and Jack was the one helping him. Right here, he's trying to get Jack away from him because he knows I'm watching, and he knows he's going to get in trouble because he needs to keep his grazing muzzle on. Corey and I both agreed that even in the animal world, boys will always stick together.
And then the next day, Charlie decided that he was going to decorate a Christmas tree for us. So we found this out in the pasture.
The next morning, Charlie came in without his grazing muzzle, so Corey and I had to go look for it out in the pasture. So Charlie decided that he was going to decorate a Christmas tree with ornaments and left his muzzle as an ornament on the tree. This was another day Charlie was walking out to the pasture. He's just such a big, beautiful horse. I love watching him walk. And this was him going out to be with all the rest of the girls out in the pasture area. And like I said earlier, breakfast, lunch, and dinner around here are very important times, and when it's late, you hear about it. This was Charlie pawing at the gate and being angry that breakfast was not served on time. Freya, of course, had to join in on the action as well.
But that's what Charlie's been up to, and he's been a little rascal. So since he's been doing that, there's not really a lot of grass out in the pasture area. So we've actually been leaving him without his muzzle because I just don't want him to get hooked on that or anything. So we've been leaving him out in the pasture in the afternoon after the horses eat all their hay. So we're giving it a test, and we're watching him very closely to make sure that he doesn't have any signs of choking or anything like that. But he is actually out doing his own thing and grazing, and we're so happy that he's able to go out without his muzzle on and he's not having any choking issues.
The first day we let him out in the pasture without his muzzle on, I stayed out there with him for probably about 2 hours just to make sure that he wasn't having any issues choking. The grass out in the pasture area is very, very short, and he's actually not eating any of the tall grass. He's only eating the little stuff that's close to the ground. So Corey and I felt that this wasn't a concern for him to choke on anything out there. So we're giving him a little bit more freedom to roam around and eat some grass and just be a horse. But we're keeping a close eye on him to make sure that he doesn't have any choking issues. In all the times that Charlie's gotten out of his grazing muzzle, I'm sure he's eaten grass out in the pasture. Corey and I believe that he had all his choking issues from the bale of hay that we had out there. He was just taking too big of bites that he wasn't chewing properly, and that's why they were getting stuck in his esophagus. But so far, he's doing really well and not choking and no signs of choking. So we're keeping our fingers crossed.
So this is Anna. She's doing really well, and just wanted to give you an update on her. She's such a sweetheart.
If you haven't been following our channel or don't know Anna's story, Anna was dumped at a kill pen back in August after being starved and neglected from the farm that she was at previously. So we rescued her back in August, and she's been getting healthy and stronger every single day.
She's doing so well. She's gaining so much weight and strength, and her personality is just amazing. So the other day, she decided that she absolutely hates the goat, and that was the first time that I saw her with the goat. So this is a little video I caught of her with the goat.
I had to have the same talk with her that I had to have with Aline, that she's not allowed to go around eating whoever she wants. Apparently, Anna has learned the bad habits from Aline, because this is Aline biting Miley.
And also with Anna, we've been leaving her out in the small paddock at night.
This was the first night that Anna was out in the paddocked area and not just in her pen. We left her out here so she could have some more freedom and roam around at night and not just be in one little tiny pen. She also wants to be closer to the horses. She's not super excited about being around them all the time, but she does want to see where they're at.
She's getting a lot more strength and gaining weight every day. I don't know if you can see it, but her spine is definitely not as pronounced anymore as it used to be. So she's doing much better. She absolutely hates the camera, but she's doing much better, and we're so happy that she's getting better and stronger every single day. She's walking really well. You want to come out here? Okay. Okay, we'll go out here. Yep. Yep. I know, we're antsy for dinner. Since we have been leaving her out in the paddocked area at night, we're gonna probably try to introduce her to the other horses pretty soon. So we think she's ready because she's gained some strength. We're gonna see how it goes, just leaving her out in the paddock for her to be around the other horses for a little while. We're gonna continue with that just so she gets more exposure to them. And then we're gonna introduce her to the rest of the herd, and that's going to be an exciting time. So we'll definitely have a video for you to share with you on their introductions.
Since Anna's our newest rescued draft horse, we haven't introduced her yet to the rest of the herd because we wanted her to gain some more strength before we did that. So until then, we have her in this smaller paddocked area divided with a fence so she can still have contact with the other horses. And for everyone's safety, no one can get kicked this way until we can get them properly introduced. But this is Miley. She was over here saying hi to Anna. And Anna, just like the other horses, is very excited for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So this was a clip of her before breakfast the other day. She was not amused at why it was taking me so long to get her breakfast into the bowl. Are you ready for lunch?
And the donkeys are doing well too. So here's a little clip from some of what the donkeys have been up to this week.
Mabel has gotten her voice and is using it quite often. Every time she wants food, she starts talking. We have Jack to thank for that because he does the exact same thing. I caught Jack and Mabel again playing with the Jolly Ball the other day in the paddocked area. They're so funny when they're together, and I just love to see that they're playing and that Jack has a friend. And this was Jack and Mabel and Ellie all coming in from the pasture area.
And all the other horses, they're doing really well. These are some videos from what they've been up to this week.
This is Sophie and Miley grooming each other again. Charlie stealing the spotlight. But Sophie and Miley groom each other all the time, and they're just best friends. And they do this quite often. It's really cute to watch. I caught Freya laying down in the pasture the other day. She looked so pretty in this picture. And then, of course, she got up. All the other horses were laying down again the other morning, and when I was at the vet with Freya, I did ask Dr. Wagner if this was normal, and she said on the cold days when the ground's warm, the horses do like to lay down to gather up some of that warmth. This was Sophie waiting for dinner the other day. I saw her little nose sticking around the corner, and then when she saw that there was a camera, she snuck out of the way. It's not very often that I can get all the horses together in one area. So this was Sophie, Charlie, Aline, and Cammie. And that's Freya and Miley in the background. And then way back there is Anna. Another rare occurrence. This is Sophie. And Anna's behind the fence. Charlie. Freya. Miley. Aline is yawning, and Cammie's back there by the water. So I was able to get all 7 of them all in one picture. So this is a pretty amazing time, and I was so excited to finally get a shot of all of them together. I try to brush all the horses every other day, and this was one of the days that I brushed them, and they were looking very pretty. I even brushed out their manes, which I don't always do because they don't really like it, but I brushed out their manes and their tails, and this was Aline looking very pretty after being brushed. Cammie has the longest tail out of all the horses, and after it's brushed, it looks even more beautiful. And this was everyone posing after they were brushed and pretty and all groomed. And of course, Charlie wanted to show off his mane and tail grooming too. And this is Aline showing off her beautiful blonde locks. And Freya. And Anna. And these are just a couple other pictures that I had taken of the horses around the farm.
And this is Mike. He's one of our cats. We did have a sad situation this week or a couple weeks ago. 2 of our kittens went missing. They haven't come back. We don't know what happened to them. There were some coyotes in the area.
The day after the 2 kittens went missing, I caught this video of Tom, who is their dad, looking out at the field that's across the street from us. He kept looking over in that direction and just seemed very concerned. So that's where I had seen the coyotes, and I'm not sure if the coyotes got to the kittens or what the situation was, but Tom was concerned.
That is some sad news, and we are sad that we have to talk about that, but 2 of our little kittens did go missing, and we're pretty sad. But the other 3 are doing really well, and they're all sticking together and behaving and playing together.
This is Mike and Lucas sitting on top of Tom. Ever since the 2 kittens went missing, they've been sticking together and not really leaving each other's side. So it's really cute to see them together. We're really upset that the other 2 are missing. They've been staying up in the trees and around the barn and just playing together. I am glad, though, that they are staying in the barn more and they're not venturing as far away from the barn or away from the house as they were before. So that's a good thing, and we hope that they stay safe and protected. This was them the other day, all cuddled together inside one of the boxes that we made for them to stay warm in. Had to have a chat with Tom because there was a mouse inside Charlie's manger. So this was Tom waiting for the mouse to come out of the manger. And the kittens were back up in the tree playing. This is the kittens playing in the cat tree. That hole was not in the cat tree. Mike decided that he needed another lookout station, so he made that hole himself.
And our goat milk soap, we've released a bunch of new aromas this week and last week, so we're super excited about sharing those with everybody.
Some of our new aromas are gingerbread, cocoa jammy time, which smells like hot chocolate, coffee, pumpkin pie, pumpkin spice latte, orange essence, citrus happiness, candy cane, black spruce, spiced apple, patchouli, and Christmas tree.
And those are available on our website. We're also having a huge sale for Christmas, from now until Christmas, on all our goat milk soaps. They are available on our website at FletcherFarmsAmarillo.com. Head over there and check those out, and hopefully you can do some last minute Christmas shopping. They're great for stocking stuffers as well. So head on over there and check out everything that we have available. Thank you all so much for watching. We truly appreciate your support. Make sure you check out our Facebook page and our Instagram page. I usually post to those every single day with some kind of short video clip or pictures of the horses. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. We truly appreciate your support, and thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.